Teaching with AI, a practical guide to a new era of human learning by José Bowen and Edward Watson. Before we begin, this is not a book review. This is an actionable book summary for execution, designed for those who refuse to be passive readers, designed for those who build, lead, teach, and create. This is how the top 1% read books, not to consume ideas, but to install operating systems. If you're an educator, entrepreneur, or business leader, this is your blueprint for teaching and leading in the age of artificial intelligence. Now, let's begin. A teacher sits at her desk late at night. She's grading essays. She pauses. The writing is good, structured, clear, grammatically precise, but something feels empty. She opens another submission. Same clarity, same polish. She asks herself the question no one prepared her for. Did my students learn, or did they outsource their thinking? Across the hall, another teacher has already banned AI completely. Across the city, a third teacher is using AI to design lessons faster than ever. 3 educators, 3 responses, 1 reality. AI is here. The real question is not, will AI change education? The real question is, will you lead the change or be replaced by it? In Teaching with AI, a practical guide to a new era of human learning by José Bowen and Edward Watson, the authors make a clear argument. AI will not replace educators, but educators who work with AI will replace those who don't. That is the thesis. AI is not just a tool. It is a force multiplier. It will replace some jobs. It will transform every job. The authors divide the book into 3 movements: thinking with AI, teaching with AI, learning with AI. The shift is profound. We are not being asked to compete with AI. We are being asked to become better humans alongside it. This matters because AI already performs at or above the average worker in certain tasks. If you teach average work, AI wins. If you design for human advantage, you win. This is not about whether you like AI. It is about whether you understand leverage. The question is not, should we use AI? The question is, how do we design learning that is better than AI? The core principles of this book are as follows. Core Principle 1. AI literacy is the new basic literacy. Those who can define problems and collaborate with AI will outperform those who cannot. AI literacy is not about coding. It is about 4 skills the authors highlight. Define the problem clearly. Choose the right tool. Craft effective prompts. Refine through iteration. Most people treat AI like a vending machine. They input 1 sentence. They accept whatever comes out. But AI rewards clarity. The sharper your thinking, the better the output. AI exposes fuzzy thinking. Imagine 2 business owners. Owner A asks AI, make a marketing plan. Owner B asks, create a 30-day lead generation plan for a local welding supply store targeting contractors, aged 30 to 50 in Manila, focusing on repeat purchase behavior and referral incentives. Who gets the better result? AI does not reward intelligence. It rewards clarity within the next 7 days. Take 1 real task in your work. Write the problem in 1 precise paragraph. Specify constraints. Define success. Then prompt AI. Refine the output 3 times. Do not accept the first answer. Train yourself to think in iterations. Core Principle 2. Design work that is better than AI. If AI can do the assignment is outdated. Chapter 8 calls for redefining what counts as work that is better than AI. Traditional essays, generic summaries, standard problem sets. AI can generate these instantly. So what remains uniquely human? Context, judgment, creativity, reflection, process transparency. The authors argue that instead of policing cheating with unreliable detection tools, we redesign tasks. We shift from product-only grading to process-aware evaluation. A professor changes 1 rule. Students must submit 1. Their AI prompts. 2. The AI outputs. 3. A reflection explaining how they improved it. Cheating disappears, because now thinking is visible. AI becomes a partner, not a shortcut. In the next 7 days, redesign one task. Require learners or your team to document their thinking process. Ask, what did AI miss? What did you improve? What decision did only a human make? Core Principle 3. AI should amplify human motivation, not replace it. Learning works best when people feel, I care, I can, I matter. The authors emphasize intrinsic motivation. Students engage deeply when they feel purpose, self-efficacy, and agency. AI can personalize feedback. It can simulate conversations, offer multiple explanations, provide tailored support, but it cannot care. Only humans create belonging. A vocational training center integrates AI simulation for welding. Students practice in virtual environments. Mistakes cost nothing. Risk drops. Confidence rises. But the instructor still stands beside them, encouraging, correcting posture, asking deeper questions. Technology expands practice. Humans expand courage. This week, use AI to create one personalized feedback system. Then add one human layer. A short 3-minute conversation, a voice note, a reflection prompt. AI scales support. You scale meaning. The framework of the book. Let me simplify the structure of the book into something you can actually use. The authors organize the entire transformation into 3 movements. First, think with AI. Second, teach with AI. Third, learn with AI. This is not random. It is sequential. You cannot teach well with AI if you don't know how to think with it. And you cannot redesign learning until you've redesigned your own mindset. So let's walk through it. Step 1. Think with AI. This is about literacy, not coding, not technical mastery, but clarity. Can you define a problem precisely? Can you choose the right tool? Can you write a prompt that reflects structured thinking? Can you refine the output instead of accepting the first draft? Thinking with AI means you stop treating it like magic. You treat it like a thinking partner. And here's the truth. AI exposes vague thinkers. If your instructions are unclear, the results are unclear. So the first transformation is internal. Sharpen your thinking. Step 2. Teach with AI. Once you know how to think with it, the next question is bigger. How must the system change? If AI can generate an essay in seconds, then grading essays the same way no longer makes sense. If AI can summarize information instantly, then memorization alone is no longer enough. Teaching with AI means redesigning tasks so that human judgment, creativity, and reflection become visible. Instead of asking, did the student produce something? You ask, how did the student think? Instead of fighting AI, you design around it. You build assignments that require process, not just product. Step 3. Learn with AI. Now we go deeper. Learning with AI is not about automation. It is about personalization. AI can give immediate feedback. It can adjust explanations. It can simulate scenarios. But here is what it cannot do. It cannot care. It cannot create belonging. It cannot give a learner a sense of purpose. So the final shift is this. Use AI to scale support, but use humanity to scale meaning. And here is the tension the authors quietly point to. AI may already outperform the average worker in certain tasks. Average writing, average analysis, average synthesis. If you design for average work, AI wins. So the future does not belong to those who ignore AI, and it does not belong to those who simply use AI. It belongs to those who design themselves to be better than AI. That means stronger judgment, clearer thinking, deeper creativity, ethical decision-making, human connection. This is not a tool shift. It is a mindset shift from how do I protect my job to how do I redesign my value? And that is the framework. Think with AI. Upgrade your literacy. Teach with AI. Redesign your system. Learn with AI. Elevate human growth. If you follow that sequence, you don't become replaceable. You become irreplaceable. Here are the common misunderstandings of this book. Misunderstanding 1. AI will destroy education. No, it will destroy outdated education. Misunderstanding 2. We should ban AI to protect integrity. The authors show detection tools are unreliable. The solution is redesign, not prohibition. Misunderstanding 3. If AI writes, students won't need to learn writing. The book gives a powerful analogy. Calculators did not eliminate math. AI will not eliminate writing. Tools change execution. They do not eliminate thinking. Here is the shift. Stop asking, how do we control AI? Start asking, how do we design humans who are better than AI? For the next 7 days, use AI daily. Redesign 1 task. Make thinking visible. Add 1 human layer of meaning. The future will not reward passive consumers. It will reward active collaborators. Here is the final sentence. In the age of AI, your advantage is not speed, it is judgment. Join now in 7-day execution challenge of the top 1%. First, write 1 high-clarity AI prompt related to your real work. Refine it 3 times. Second, redesign 1 assignment or workflow to include process documentation. Next is to add 1 reflection question to any task. What did AI miss? Then, deliver 1 human-only feedback moment, live or recorded. Finally, document what changed in performance or engagement. Now, share your insights and reflection in these questions. Question 1. If AI can already do average work, what uniquely human skill must I deliberately cultivate? Question 2. Where in my teaching or leadership am I protecting old systems instead of redesigning them? In 1 paragraph, explain to someone younger than you why AI should be treated as a collaborator and what better than AI really means. If this changed how you think, don't just like the video. Choose execution. Commit in the comments. 1 redesign I will implement this week is, share this with 1 educator or leader who needs to stop reacting to AI and start leading with it. This is how the top 1% read. Not to accumulate knowledge, but to transform identity from content consumer to value creator.